Alright guys, time for the last match. Our opponent is on the play and kept. This hand is quite borderline, but given that it has early interaction that is good against the majority of decks in Modern right now, and that the 5th land is a tar pit, and we have all the colors, I am inclined to keep it on the draw. But it's probably near the bottom end of like hands that I would keep on 7. That was a very welcome top deck for this hand, even though Affinity is not the perfect matchup for it. This hand will probably need it even against Affinity. Opponent has a pretty bad hand, one that he possibly should have mulliganed, but good for us that he didn't. Just gonna bolt this guy, pass. Could have waited here, but not much point in waiting. And it's definitely a creature that I want to get rid of anyway. So do I want to snapcast a bolt here or terminate? I think given that he could potentially have master, which is very likely these days, most people have some number of masters, I'd rather preserve the terminate for a master. And this time I waited because there was a chance that with double pest, if he has a land, activates one of the Inkbot Nexus to try and pressure me with Infect. And then I wanna bolt the Nexus instead of a Signal Pest in that case to screw him again. Now I just kill a Signal Pest and be fine with it. That's not too impressive. And so I think I'm just gonna terminate this so I can get in for 1, for 2. Since I have to get rid of it anyway, might as well do it now. The alternative is to keep Cryptic open, but I think if he had blading, chances are he would have cast it already. So it's not that likely that he has a card that I really want to counter. Now we get our reload. And that's good, we have an answer for the quite annoying Overseer. So kill that guy. Suspend, play a tapped land, and get in for another 2. There's the blading. Time to find an answer for that. That is a decent option. Gonna do this, exile, 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 and or terminate. And depending on what he does, I might counter and bounce my Snapcaster, or bounce the plating and draw a card or something like that. Alright, so I'm definitely gonna counter that. And the question is... oh, almost bounced my own land. I think I want to bounce the Snapcaster here. It gives us more options next turn and allows us to Snapcaster Cryptic to raise and stuff. Or kill the plating carrier for one turn to delay his clock, and so on. So a couple of things it does for us. That was a really nice draw. I think we should most likely be able to just kill him next turn, thanks to Tar Pit and Snapcaster Bolt and stuff. Can easily take the damage. I mean, I could even Snapcaster Terminate and then turn Snapcaster Bolt, stuff like that. But what I'm gonna do now is basically Snapcaster Cryptic, tap draw, and then finish him off next turn. We already have Liesel on the board, which he realized and conceded. Alright, so I'm gonna bring in this. That's it, the rest is not worth it. Counter Squall is pretty bad. And Vision is pretty slow. Cryptic is not great either. There's an argument to be made to maybe shave the fourth Cryptic and keep another Vision, for example, but Vision really doesn't matter much if you don't have it on turn 1. And Cryptic can be a Time Walk, for example. So it's probably a bit better. Or at least has a better average. Like an opening hand Vision is obviously better than an opening hand Cryptic, but drawing a Cryptic off the top is gonna be a lot better in most turns, except for maybe the second, than drawing Visions off the top, which is usually gonna be pretty blank or completely blank, depending on how late it is drawn. It's a decent hand. Some draw manipulation and some interaction. Depending on what he has here, we can maybe blow him out a bit. But unlikely on the draw and the play, it would be a lot easier. Maybe we at least get like an okay 2-for-1 on turn 2 to buy ourselves some time. That's not good. That is great. Zelicaster is pretty brutal against Affinity. I want to be doing here. It's actually probably nothing, because we're not under enough pressure to warrant popping the explosives here, because we can just shut that down over 2 turns or something with Steadycaster, and rather keep explosives for plating or something. If we can manage to get rid of the welding jar. But now it's like a more valuable explosives for 0. And he is pretty much out of cards already, which is good for us. So I'm gonna fetch a mountain here for potential anger of the gods. Let's see what we find in the vision. And then bottom that, top that. So yeah, that game should be over by now. He has like not a lot of pressure, and we have answers for everything. Just pop it in the upkeep, so if he regenerates, which he will do, the creature cannot attack. A decent 3 for 1. I'll take it. And he even kept the guy alive that we can Steadycaster. Perfect. Also feels like he shouldn't have kept that hand either. Not the best mulligan decisions that Affinity player made. Alright. Shoot down the Mem Knight. And F6. Affinity definitely has to try harder in this matchup to beat us. Keeping such a dirty hand is not gonna do it. But I mean, I'll take the freebies. The opponent doesn't want to win, he doesn't want to win. Actually keep that because of command. Can exile this, and pay 2. Keep 0 visions for Snapcaster and the Steadycaster in case we draw a command. It's probably not gonna matter in this game, but might as well. Not likely we're gonna need that mana. Depending on whether he has an artifact or not, I might just kill all his lands. Yeah, counter draw seems appropriate. I mean, if you can counter draw against Affinity with your cryptic command, you're not gonna lose the game anymore. That shouldn't happen. But our opponent clearly subscribed to the never surrender. Actually, due to drawing the second Terminator, could have just destroyed all his lands there. That was a bit rushy on my part. Not that it really matters in this game, but that could have been the spot where he concedes. But then we just beat him slow and steady. Alright. Magic Online is lagging again, as it seems. Finally. Oops. Just gonna finish him off quick. That's fine. Bolt his face and then just top hit him next turn or bolt his face again. Alright, that was a surprisingly easy game, but our opponent definitely kept questionable hands. Like, his start game 1 is a hand that you can simply not keep as Affinity player against an unknown opponent in Modern. Like, most decks just kill you before you do anything because your hand is way too slow, or dismantle you step by step if they're interactive like we did. Either way, you're not gonna win most games with hands like this, and the second hand probably fits the same category, so he basically lost those games with his mulligan decisions, in my opinion. Especially in game 2, knowing what we're playing. Alright, that's it. Lost one close and interesting match and won the other two. Hope you enjoyed the games and liked the deck and the decisions that I made and explained. Thanks for watching, see you next time.